a wild Taurus light box. Here I am as Magneta in one of my installations from Detroit. Yes. Now we have a painting I did, I want to say during or after undergraduate studies. This is a painting I made in college. It has cupcake holders and is a woman in motion, a dancer. These are feet. I wanted to capture the foot structure. Your feet are very important. This is a piece of AI art that I made in Midjourney and printed. It's a car. This is a piece I made in college out of paint, which I sanded into the background and then put some paint pen over it, and then spray painted some stencils, and finally added dirt and glue, and then spray painted that. This is a cool sticker I made for my laptop, Mama Shiesty, my Instagram. A newer painting I made over an older painting that I thought turned out poorly. So you can see that there's an underpainting. I painted it over with blue-gray house paint and then added gems and string and some other appliques. Here is a painting I was very proud of, still am. I think I've found a reference photo in a fashion magazine, and it's oil and acrylic. Yeah, you can just see the paint is very thick. I use a palette knife. It's kind of a Picasso-esque of his blue period. Here's a sculpture I made in college, my undergraduate studies, from a live model. Yes. This is Gloria Estefan. Yeah. I made this in my basement here. Most of my paintings are presents for my mother's various birthdays. Some bananas and glitter. This is a Photoshop print, a collage I made in Photoshop for my grandpappy who passed away. I made this in high school, kind of after someone in my class who had hair like this. My art class was a very seminal time for me in terms of painting. Yep, there you go. This is my Uncle William. physics professor and chemist in his spare time. He died, had a heart attack in that chair. So I felt it appropriate to give him a painting for our living room here. The great room. These are just some collages I made. Actually, I probably had finished my undergraduate studies and maybe I was preparing to go to New York. Yeah, this is of course a wild tourist costume piece, a headpiece. It's an emoji of a chick, and it had a voice changer in it, and it was used in the Museum of Sex in Manhattan. These are just some more recent drawings with appliques I made not that long ago, maybe last year, 2024 or 2023. You can see there's a painting hiding behind this lamp. Yeah, it's a self-portrait. I was pretty thin in high school, believe it or not. But I did have long hair. Very thick paint. I mostly used a palette knife. This is my mother's office. Some cards I sent her and a print. Collage. This is a head I made. It's both a skull and a human face. I had to use the calipers to do a lot of measuring for my sculpture class in Richmond. Undergraduate studies. My mother and I. This is a shark or dolphin painting. Did this a long time ago, but I think it holds up. This one too. Super old, you know, I would say middle school, maybe even 6th grade, 5th grade. I want to say I used oil, but I can't remember. Yeah. This is a newer painting I did with house paint. You can see it's literally the house paint for this wall. So I don't know if this is the best place for it, but I call it Bumble. This is a painting I made for a design class I had for undergraduate studies in Richmond. Yes, it was like a color study and line versus curvy lines. Okay, now we're in the rec room, the lower level of the house. This is a Dr. Seuss-like painting I made. I remember I just took a piece of wood and outlined the designs of the wood with paint, and also use a palette knife. This scrap piece of wood and collage with paper, paint, fabric, duct tape, sort of probably a drawing of a cloth folds. Yep. College. This is another piece I did in college with Professor Chavold, and very colorful. This is my fashion model sketch, just when I realized I had conquered drawing. You know, I was probably 5th or 6th grade again. This I made a little later. I mean, maybe last year or the year before. Just contour of a plant. This is my mother. I believe it's oil from an old photograph of her, I want to say Connecticut. This is my father, also an old photo of his face, and then my little hand as a child grabbing his nose. This is another painting I made. I think it's on its side. And I think I made this in Spain when I was teaching English, and then brought it all the way back here. Yeah. This is a drawing I made. Some model, I'm sure, from a magazine. This is evidence that I went to China to do performance art. This is where my art is stored, in this back room here on the lower level. Boot I made for a course I took at the torpedo factory here in Virginia. This is a series I made about the haystacks in rural Spain. Thought it was kind of quirky. It's pretty dark, but this is a painting that had other pieces of paper attached to it, specifically my friends' faces, but then I like tore those off. I think it's just better as an abstract sort of collage. This is a box I made in high school. Pretty neat. There's some of my early ceramics that I made in elementary school, but you know what? I see a lot of artists who are my age now doing kind of similar things. So bra that I filled with insulation, spray insulation, and then, you know, this was like my feminist period. Maybe people would actually buy it. I thought no one would, but someone bought something similar at a market recently. Put some fabric, stapled some fabric. It's kind of just slipshod. An older wine and bread still alive painting. Kind of creepy vision I had maybe in high school. I never finished this, but I should, because when it's done, it's a dancer. I think it'll be good. Giant dog with dirt and paint on burlap. This is an old lady from a magazine. Actually, I think it's like Diane von Furstenberg. Again with the spray foam. And I put some of these long nails into the wood. I was taking apart the record art. These records that are here. Where are they? They're around. Oh, the records. I took the art, some of the art, and put it on the board, as long with some wallpaper I found, ribbon, spray paint, a chain, just like some older papers. Works on paper, I'm sure. This is a dog painting, very gestural, very old. Hello again. That concludes the house tour where my art mostly resides. Thanks for watching.